sound calling me to see? Do I try too hard to make you smile? To make us smile? Well, I will keep calling you to see if you're sleeping or you're dreaming, if you're dreaming or you're dreaming of me. I can't believe you actually picked me. And I thought that the world had lost its sway. Then I fell in love with you, and you took that away. And you take away the old, and you show me the new. I feel like I can fly when I stand next to you. So while I'm on this phone, 100 miles from home, I'll take the words you gave and send them back to you. Cause baby, look, I only wanna see that you're okay when I'm not around. Asking, do you love me? Cause I love the way you make it sound. Calling you to see, do I try too hard to make you smile? To make us smile? I will keep calling you to see if you're sleeping or you're dreaming, if you're dreaming or you're dreaming of me. I can't believe that you actually picked me. Hey, oh, 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 oh. Well, I will keep calling you to see if you're sleeping or you're dreaming, if you're dreaming or you're dreaming of me. I can't believe you actually picked me. I'm so happy that you quoted that song and now you didn't marry me. Thank you. Thank you. Rock and roll. Let's see. It has to go up. All right, let's open up to... Yes, ma'am.
Did you say hi to my daughter who had to be at work?
Hi to your daughter. Hi. Oh my God, you had to be at work. I'm so sorry. I missed you. I love you. All right, next question. Yes, ma'am.
What was your inspiration for Into the Ocean? Because that song has always gotten me through like really hard times. It has always been such a powerful thing to listen to.
Wow. She asked me what was the inspiration for the song Into the Ocean. I always dealt with depression my whole life, you know. I just chose to put things on top of it, you know, like alcohol and drugs to calm it down, so I never got a chance to really diagnose it and treat it, you know, until I got sober, you know. But when I was going through the depression really hard, I couldn't describe it to anybody, and music was the only way I could ever do it. But whenever I would talk to a therapist or something, and they'd be like, well, how do you feel when you're depressed? And I was like, I feel like I'm like literally alone on a huge ship in the middle of the ocean at night, stranded. That's how I feel. And they're like, wow. And so I wrote a song about it. You know, just the feeling of being that lonely, you know, like where you can't hear or feel anything. I've always had a way of putting things into words, metaphorically. So then whenever I would sing them to my mom, she'd be like, oh, there's something wrong with my cat. You know? So it was my way of communicating that something was up, you know. But I always liked that song because it was such a fun one to write, because I love words, you know. I love words, and so I remember sitting there and writing those words for days and days, because it was so much fun to describe this man who just jumps off the ship of depression to try and swim back to shore, to get help, you know, and what he must have felt like with all the at night with under the ocean with all the fish swimming around under his feet, you know. People are like, it's so dark, and I'm like, yeah, we're in the middle of the freaking ocean at night. It's freaking dark, man. There's like sharks and stuff, sea turtles and stuff. Anybody else have a question? Let me take a sip of water real quick. Yes, sir. In the, is that a Houston Rockets shirt? That's my man right there. Did you see him get in that fight with LA Lakers, man?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I got a question. I was told that there was no way I could get you to play Dirt Room acoustic.
Yeah, I can't play it.
Yeah, so you're right.
I just like to say, I mean, I'll play it at a rock show, but
Right.
this is all about positivity, and that one's about burying someone. You know, there's kids here. Praise the Lord. Yes, ma'am. Fear? That's a really special song because I actually came to Tennessee, to Nashville to get sober 6.5 years ago, and yeah, Cumberland Heights, and I didn't really know when I'd always lived my life drinking and using, you know, and after a while it took over my whole life, and I had children, so I had one child, but my wife was pregnant at the time, and right after I got out of rehab, 2 weeks later we had Sadie Bell, and it was my first song that I wrote sober, and I was really looking for some sort of help because I didn't think I could still do it. I was really scared that I had lost like the touch of being able to write. But what I found was that it's still my favorite song that I've ever. Thank you. It's like me all up in the ocean and stuff. Like it worked out so tough for that, you know. Anybody else? Yes, ma'am. You can give it to me. As soon as I'm done playing, I'll come down and get it from you. Is that okay? I love you. You're so sweet. Gifts? Yes, young lady.
Will you take a picture of you alone?
Yes, I will. As soon as I'm done with this.
I like your tattoo.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yes, ma'am.
I was wondering, what has been the most difficult song?
What's been the most difficult song for me to write? Probably Hate Me. Just because it was such a dark time and I didn't know how to explain it, you know? Plus my mom at the beginning of it, you know, I actually put that on there, you know, at the beginning of the song. And should I play that one right now, or should I? People are like, dude, it was really happy, man. Why'd you have to play that song? Do what? This isn't TRL. No total. I could be here all day. This will be fun.
Yes.
I have to block out thoughts of you so I don't lose my head. They're crawling like a cockroach, leaving babies in my bed, dropping little reels of tape to remind me that I'm alone. Playing movies in my head that make a porno feel like home. There's a burning in my pride, a nervous bleeding in my brain. An ounce of peace is all I want for you. Will you never call again? And never say that you loved me, just to put it in my face. Never try to reach me, it is I that want space. Hate me today, hate me tomorrow, hate me so you can finally see what's good for you. And I'm sober now for 3 whole months. One accomplishment that you helped me with. The one thing that always tore us apart is the one thing I won't touch again. In my sick way I want to thank you for holding my head up late at night While I was busy waging wars on myself, you were trying to stop the fight. You never doubted my warped opinions on things like suicide or hate. You made me compliment myself when it was way too hard to take. So I'll drive so far away that I never cross your mind, and do whatever it takes in your heart. Leave me behind. Hate me today, hate me tomorrow, hate me for all the things I didn't do for you. Hate me in ways hard